When you have received data, perhaps something like that, and you need to clean it up, perhaps to report on it, it is important you spend a bit of time understanding what you've been given and also what you want to end up with, both from a process. So do you want to do it once off only this time, or are you going to have to do it monthly? And then also what reports are you going to have to end up with? So for example, if we look at this data, we can see that there's a name, then a gap, which presumably applies to that person, and then a total. So perhaps we need at some point to do a sort, and we need this person's name to appear for all the data that relates to them. So of course you can go like this and spend hours and hours doing it, but there are a number of ways to do it. So you need to note it down that you need to fill in some gaps. Perhaps if you look at this, all these totals are just going to get in the way, plus things like the page numbers. So you need to remove some of these rows or delete rows. So you know you need to do that. You need to then at that stage decide, do you want to delete it manually? So at worst, you go through it and manually delete them, or you use one of the clever tricks that we show you of how to delete them, or do you want to use a formula so you can create a template? If you have problems with the actual data, you also need to spend a bit of time looking at it and seeing what happens. So for example, if you find that you're doing some sort of a VLOOKUP and for some reason Sam isn't coming through, you must physically click on Sam. And one of the things we recommend is click in the cell, but not close to the end of this, what you think is the end of the cell. Click far away. You may discover that there's actually some spaces there that are causing your problem. If you've got problems with the numbers, physically click in them and see what's there. So when I click in this one, you'll see there's some sort of a warning. If I click here, it says it's been formatted as text. This one here also seems to say it's been formatted as text. It's worthwhile clicking in. So here we've got a bit of a strange number. I wonder how I can make it act like a number, and physically maybe go and delete some things and see when Excel actually responds positively to what you've done. Over here we've got a 0 in front of the number. How is that possible? Well, again, there's a bit of a warning here that it's been formatted in some way as text. If you see that you're having problems with some dates, physically click in them, see what's there. So these full stops might be causing a problem. Play with them, see what they do, see what happens when you either delete or add stuff to them. It is very important to understand that you can't just stare at the computer and hope to get the information right. You need to investigate, see what's actually happening in the cell and why it's not doing what you expect it to do, and then come up with ways to clean the data, to scrub it, hopefully in the quickest possible way, with the only really decider being whether you want to use some of the tools up here, which means that then every month when you get the data you'll have to repeat the process, or do you want to use some formula where you can set it up, copy and paste it into a template, and perhaps over here the data will automatically clean itself.